Okay, 142 days out from the meet today, which means that main objective right now is to continue digging myself out of the weak as shit hole. And as I'm discovering, the only real downside to having more food again, well, the upside is that I could actually deadlift worth of shit last night. Downside to that is I am sore as shit today, but we're gonna have to just suck it up and deal with it if we want to get where we want to be. And now that we are in meet prep, still keeping today as my overhead press focus day, because overhead press being strong means that my bench press is strong. But similar to what we ran on the deadlift day, going to introduce some kind of speed work type work here to make sure that we are getting enough bench groove practice. And not entirely sure where I should be going on loading for first day back with the pressing. So if a plate feels like enough to get that upper back lock, we'll run a plate. If it doesn't feel like it's enough, we'll go up. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And I know it probably does look stupid benching that light for that many sets and that many reps. But the thing is with speed work, it's not about weight on the bar. It's not even really about speed. For me, the biggest thing I'm trying to get out of it is that hard lat lock at the bottom. And if I have the least amount of weight that I can lock up hard with, I get everything I need out of it with a very low fatigue cost. So now we're going to go do some of the real work for today. And to my great relief, there is no longer a shortage of 0 to 90 benches, so we don't have to do these standing today. And plan here, gonna be similar to the deadlifts where, because I'm not starving, gonna play loading a little bit by ear, but also try not to be too stupid. I think we should be pretty good to load these so far. So figure we'll go straight to 205. And the reason I like running these on the high incline more than a true overhead is with the high incline, really lets me get the bar behind my elbow and makes it so much freaking triceps. And with triceps being like the biggest thing I need to be strong on my main bench, doing them this way gets me better carryover back to bench press. Anyways, plan here is to put enough sauce on it that we can take at least a couple more jumps. Straight to 245, because the plan here is to make this feel good enough that we can think about 265 or 275 for a top set. And that didn't feel as strong as I would have liked it to, but I kind of like pushed into the unrack a little bit. So I'm gonna put 265 on, see if we can wake up a little bit and do less bad of a job. Because it's like on one side, I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't go up if that didn't feel good, but I also know I can do a better job, so I want to give myself the chance to do a better job. So let's wake up and make this not suck. Gonna be at least okay with that. And like hindsight, based on how I felt after those big pulls yesterday, like I probably could have planned to take the overhead press a little bit lighter, but I think I'd rather have deadlifts going well and then have to pay for it with today feeling like shit than have deadlifts not go well. So yeah, we'll continue sucking it up. So on to dumbbell presses. And what I'm thinking here is with how not good bench went on Monday and how energy levels are in the current moment, plan is to do good, but not force it as we're trying to do good. So we'll see how the hundos feel. And I mean, feels good enough that we can safely go 120. And what I'm thinking right now is, knowing that we went 160s on these last week, what I'm probably going to do is take the 120s. 120s feel like they should. We'll go 140, but I think I'm just going to wrap up the 140 so it gets hard, just to limit loading a little bit. So 120s it is. And if this ends up feeling like shit, we're going to just do reps here until it becomes a work set, but I think we're pretty okay. And now that there is not a shortage of dumbbell benches, I'm going to do something fancy and move the camera so we can switch to the bench that's closer to the 140s. Because there is nothing better than being lazy with setups. Whoops. And like, I would much rather be in bed asleep right now than trying to press this. But I mean, we can press this, so let's crank. And like 3 reps in, I got the bright idea that actually felt good enough that we're gonna continue to suck it up and go up. And like, some of that is definitely me kind of finally starting to feel like I'm waking up, but the other part is like, when I really do want to quit, like I let myself be tempted to quit, and I think about like how nice it would be just to go home and not do this. And then the thought of how much I would hate myself if I did commit to not doing it is usually a pretty good motivator to wake up and suck it up. So yeah, we're grabbing big dumbbells and getting assistance because these are hefty.
You want it farther up?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. Good?
Yep.
I'll get you at the end.
Yeah. And I think this will be the biggest dumbbell I've ever pressed, so let's crank.
Come on.
Who the fuck?
Control. Strong. Another one.
Yep. There we go. I mean, 160 for 8 last week was a PR, so 165 for 9 is half decent.
Wow.
Thank you.
I was like waiting for you. I was like, I don't want to get the shot.
And like, they do have 200-pound dumbbells here, so 165 for 9, I mean, one step closer to loading the 2s, which is going to be the target that we need to work towards. I mean, they also have the stupid fucking 350s, but we're not aspiring this high. Anyways, time for some dips. Unsure on how aggressive we'll be on loading at this point, but with being more awake after that dumbbell set, I think we'll toss at least a little bit on after we warm her up. And you know what? Fuck it. I think we're going straight to 2. Probably would have been better if I was actually in frame when I said that, but yeah, 2 plates. Three it is. And if this feels really good, we'll take another jump, but we'll see how it feels before we make that decision. I think we're going to get adventurous here. Sketchy getting it out of...
Do you want help?
I think we're fine. And plan here is just find the balance point control in the best we can and hope we don't die.
Good.
A little bit sketchy, but I'm okay with it. Fuck.
Here.
Yeah, just. And I guess now that we know that we can do 4 plates, we ought to just make 4 plates less bad. And this is just another case of what doesn't make my pec off will make my pec stronger. So, yeah, we will make that more better. Because if we can clean that up, if we can get to 200 with the dumbbells, there is no freaking way we are not benching a PR in December. So that is the mission. And to seal the deal on making sure we're good for that bench PR, gotta make sure triceps are strong. So, cranking on this sucker. It actually feels so much stronger than last week. Oh, I like food. We are going up. 3 pins from the bottom. We'll see if this is appropriate for work sets. If not, we'll go full stack. So, big crank here. That was okay, but I think it'll be smarter to leave a little bit in the tank to go up next week. So, another big crank here. I love this machine so much. But it actually isn't my favorite triceps machine in the gym because we've also got this guy, which is absolutely pure magic for pushdowns. I think I gotta finagle it a little bit. Okay, now that's pure magic. And like, all I can think right now is with everything they have here, if I don't bet you PR in December, we're gonna be doing something very wrong. Because I don't know, it's like the strength curve on this. I have never felt a push down be this effective, so we're gonna keep running it, keep progressing it, keep trying to grow some triceps. Because the stronger they get and the bigger they get, better bench is gonna be. Love this thing. Anyways, time for delts, and I've been enjoying this guy for side raises as a nice change of pace from the standing machines. And I really don't know which one's more effective, so might as well just run them both to touch slightly different parts of the strength curve. Because I mean, the only real reason I'm doing this is so I look jacked on my 3rd attempt deadlift. So we'll crank. I mean, stronger side delts probably aren't going to hurt bench either, but they're also probably not directly moving the bars, so yeah. Gonna go up for round two. Just an extra 10 aside though, so nothing too crazy. But I mean, should be decent crank considering how sad the delts are, but that's why we're doing it. Mission accomplished. And for rears, gonna wait for Johnny to finish whatever the hell he's doing here so we can change her up a little bit from last week. Because we have been running these the low to high, which is gonna be better for getting more supraspinatus in. But today, we're gonna run them high to low, which is gonna be better angle for actual rear delt. So yeah, let's grow some rears. I think like the funniest thing about like seeing myself fill out as food came back in yesterday was it's like my rear delts pretty much like tripled in size. So that's kind of telling me that what we're doing is working, but I would like to continue working them more better. So yeah, this feels nice. Oh. 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 Way shittier than I wanted it to be, but I think we will go up a little bit for the next one. Just one pin on the stack, so nothing too crazy, but should be more than adequate for what we need here. Yeah, that's gross. In the best way possible. Oh. Yeah, we gotta get that much better. And for lats, with how good the other Panada pull-down machine felt, I think it's at least worth giving this guy a rip. Let's try this handle. Ooh, yeah, I am very okay with this. Needs more weight, but will be a good feel. Because this solves the complaint that I have about literally every other pull-down machine, because it's actually heavy in that lengthened position, which not only feels really freaking good at the top, but it actually lets me squeeze all the way through to the bottom, which is something I have been missing out on, so we shall crank. Also sneaky in how much the weight catches up. Gonna go up a little bit though. Like, we gotta take advantage of actually having some carbohydrates to drive stronger contractions, you know? Really hoping the quarter jump doesn't sneak up on me though. Think we nailed it. Like, the magic of this machine is the fact that I could actually grind through and finish that last rep. So yeah, we're gonna keep this sucker in. And now it is time to go take advantage of those carbohydrates for the sake of going biceps. So we're back over to this thing because in addition to being the most magical machine pushdown I've ever felt, it's also the most magical machine curl as well. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I gotta drop her a little bit lower yet, but feels so good. Yeah, we're gonna grow some arms. Going up for set 2. Okay, big crank. Arms better freaking grow. But just in case they don't grow off of that, at least we got this guy to crank on too. Should have dropped the seat, but it'll work. I love this place so much. Actually gonna remember to drop the seat for set number 2. So going to do it all stupid and lean back like, oh yeah, that is perfect. Probably should have taken time to do that on the first one, but we're here, making it work. And like, I do get that sensation doesn't equal stimulation, but like the sensation you get of the Banana stuff is so freaking magical. And I think the coolest part is like on most machines, it's like you get to the point where the reps get hard and then you just fail. Whereas these, like, you get to the point where the reps get hard, but due to the leverage, you can just keep cranking through that hardness. And I don't know, it is just nice. Speaking of things that are hard but feel good, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, we're gonna see if we can survive pullover sit-ups with the 15-pound kettlebell today, since we missed out on them yesterday. Ooh. Still terrible, but slightly less terrible. Oh. Oh. Good news is it just feels weak in the bottom, not like my abs are going to rip off. I'm stoked, but still need to get much less pathetic at these. So we'll run another set and try to get a little bit braver and actually commit to more of a pullover. And we're going to do our best to make this one better, but no promises because I also want to make sure I don't actually rip my abs off again. Oh, that's gross. But you know what? We might be able to grab a 20 here pretty damn soon. So that is progress. And not super stoked with how the session started out. Like, I was dragging ass freaking hard, but am stoked that I was able to wake up and at least make the top set and overhead press halfway decent. Am very stoked I was able to wake all the way up and make the dumbbell press and dips as good as they were. And I think the thing is that after last year's cut, I kind of knew to expect this a little bit, because just because I add food back in, like, it's not going to be magically like I shake the diet fatigue off instantly and I feel normal. And the battle right now is because output is going up, but I'm not really in shape to be strong. Like, I'm going to have to fight the fatigue pretty damn hard to get myself back to where I need to be. And a lot of that is just going to be sucking it up and doing my best on these days when I do feel tired, because I should have more in the tank, and I just got to show myself that it actually is there and just get used to what it feels like to move big weights again. Because, you know, even though I have been pushing with this cut to finish things out, like, I'm still not anywhere near how strong I need to be, and getting to those weights again, like, it's not going to be easy, it's not going to feel good, and I just kind of got to embrace the absence of feeling good here for a little bit until, you know, moving big weights starts to feel more good again. So, I don't know. I think the point I'm trying to make is, as always, how you feel when you walk in the gym. If you let it give yourself a reason to quit, like, you're going to quit and you're not going to have a good session. If you decide that you're just going to do your best, try to wake up, bring the best that you've got, no matter what, it's going to be at least decent, it's going to be productive, and you're going to be able to move forward off of it. So, yeah, if you're feeling like balls, obviously don't do anything stupid, but give yourself a chance to at least do something kind of good. So, anyways, peace out. Have a good night, guys. See ya in the team.